Welcome. Can you hear me out there? Hello, hello. Great to see you all. My name is Doug Gary, and I'm co-founder and co-director here at Delivering Innovation in Supportive Housing, DISH. Thanks so much for joining us. It's really amazing to see you all. Before I hand the mic to Lauren Hall, the better co-founder and co-director here at DISH, as most of you know, a quick bit of housekeeping. Please be sure to turn the chat feature on in the Zoom app tonight, because we'll be posting the program for this evening there, links, opportunities to give money, wink, wink, general good cheer and mayhem, and we'll also invite you to join in. So please be sure to have that chat turned on. All right, Lauren Hall, you out there somewhere tonight?
Hello, can you see me, Doug?
Oh yeah, there you are, hey.
Oh my gosh, hello, I'm so happy to see all your faces. Doug, can you believe we've been together for 14 years?
Woo!
I hope you have pants on, Doug. Anyway, I'm so happy to see all your faces. I literally was just like trying not to burst into tears. The best part of the bash for us was always the part when we were done on stage and just got to hang out and laugh and celebrate with all of you. So thanks for showing up. Sorry. Needless to say, we miss you terribly, and we know that another Zoom call in your week probably totally sucks, and that many of you normally head to the bar when we start talking. So no judgment from us if you tune out. This is a come as you are event. And if that means you haven't showered, or this is the first time you changed out of your pajamas in 7 months, we are so thrilled to have you with us. And tonight we're just going to be ourselves, fill you in on what's happening at DISH, and take this moment to thank you so much for being here with us as we Zoom together from the chaos of our homes to yours.
We're super excited to celebrate our 14th year with you, a year that has been like none other, certainly for all of us. We here at DISH have been incredibly inspired by our entire team and how they've taken incredible responsibility and risk, showing up every day for the resident community. DISHers remain focused on their essential work of keeping our communities safe, while also finding energy to welcome 98 new residents home, which I think is 101 after some emails I saw today. I believe 3 people moved in today, which is beautiful.
Awesome.
Woohoo! And those new residents are now part of our 8-site, 570 housing unit, 75 staff members strong community that is our home, DISH.
Yay! So we're not only so incredibly grateful for you for joining us tonight, during your dinner or during whatever you got going on after work, but also for how you've stepped up to support our work, welcoming people home over the last number of months. It's been pretty rough, and your donations, your calls, your texts, and your emails of support have really, really lifted our spirits and gotten us through this. So big love to all of our donors, our supporters, especially our BASH sponsors tonight, and our amazing host committee, including all of our advisory boards. So if you all can wave, that would be great so people know who you are. Please send them some virtual love along with our partners from Tides and our collaborators from the Department of Homelessness and Supportive Housing and our treasured service partners from Episcopal Community Services. We really miss having our community advisory board members with us here tonight in full force, but you will see a few of them, a few of our tenant reps on the screen later tonight, so stay tuned. So Doug, tell them, why are we here tonight?
As everyone here knows, homelessness was a disgrace in our country and our city prior to the pandemic, and the structural inequities that create homelessness are even more apparent and appalling right now. In some ways, this time has forced us to be more in the moment, focus on what's really important to us as an organization and as individual people.
And Doug, I rarely say nice things to you.
Oh, here we go.
But here we go, it's a big moment. But I really want to thank you this year for using your skills as a relentless, some might say pain in the ass, champion for our community, especially during the many hours you spent pushing for more resources for our team. And I'm just wondering if you can share with everyone here, all these amazing people who have joined us, a little bit about what drives you to keep moving forward and what you hope we can achieve this year at DISH.
Well, thank you kindly, Lauren. Our nation is at one of its most critical moments, and the recent racial uprisings are a crystal clear call to turn and face the racism, inequity, and white supremacy that we need to change. And DISH has always been about social justice, so lasting equity only happens when people can move past just surviving. In my advocacy work with City Hall and city departments, I've had the chance to join other nonprofit leaders in calling out the hypocrisy of promoting equity while not ensuring a decent wage for the essential staff, primarily Black and brown coworkers who are putting themselves at risk to end homelessness. Thanks to initial support from the city, Department of Homelessness Supportive Housing, we temporarily raised the pay for janitors, desk clerks, and everyone working on site during the pandemic. It made a big difference to our colleagues, and it was a big hit when we lost that funding. But it has only strengthened our resolve.
Yeah, that was a major blow, having to cut pay when the pandemic was really climbing in July. But, you know, we're really hopeful that we can bring that back to recognize the risk that our staff is taking. And Doug, I'm also just so grateful for you and the many tenant advocates this year that pushed for a rent decrease. And you guys won, giving over 300 DISH tenants a 40% decrease in their rent this year, which has made a huge difference.
Absolutely. In the end, there's no equity without economic justice. Who is with that? Show of hands, thank you. All right, thank you. So Lauren, I'm always inspired by how you hold people at the center of everything. Not so much me, admittedly, but lots of other beautiful human beings. You remind us all every day that the individual tenant experience or the staff member who's struggling right in this moment, that's what the work is about. What keeps you inspired during this insane time?
Well, Doug, since you asked, of course, as I sit here on my laptop in my home, connected with all of you in my spacious hallway office, I really think about our tenants who are, you know, home isolated in their room, and they don't have these same luxuries or ability to connect. So, you know, one of the really hard parts about this time is not being able to see our tenants regularly or our team. But I know that everyone is really struggling, and you know, I feel like being part of DISH has been such a source of joy for me during this hard time. Our work is more important now than ever, and there's really no other team that I would want to get through this with. So big love to the Dishers on this call, on this meeting tonight. And you know, when COVID first hit, I think we were all kind of a wreck trying to figure out how to protect our staff and tenants, most of whom are in the very high risk category. So it felt like the stakes were really high that we needed to get it right. So we all stepped up by finding new ways to communicate and connect with social distancing. And our director of facilities, Jason Pellegrini, worked incredibly hard decoding the evolving recommendations to ensure that we were exceeding the standards set forth by the city's orders. And I'm just so grateful that with everyone's support, and a huge shout out to the city's COVID response team that's been amazing, that our tenants and staff are safe, they have the protective gear and the access to testing that they need. And the very few cases of COVID that we've had, we've been able to jump on really quickly and ensure that they don't spread.
Awesome. Lauren, are there any new programs you're particularly psyched about?
Oh, I'm so glad you asked. One I really want to talk quickly about is a new partnership with La Cocina. Those of you who don't know about them, check them out. They're providing delicious, fresh meals for our tenants. And this is one of those incredibly inspiring partnerships where not only do our tenants get to thrive with delicious food, but we also get to support a small business led primarily by women of color, where their industry has been hit really hard by the pandemic. So it's a real win-win, and now we just need to find a way to sustain it. So we're super excited to have some of our friends from La Cocina with us here tonight. And later there'll be an opportunity to pitch in to ensure that this fantastic program can continue.
We are grateful to all of you here tonight for helping us stay connected and strong in furthering DISH's work. Our goal is to raise at least $100,000 to invest in our residents' well-being, safety, and stability. And we're already super close, happily. If you're able to give more tonight, there are links in the chat to do so. This year has made us even more determined and relentless than we ever were before. We know we can't really control much of what is happening right now, and we are hopeful for very big change in November. But in the meantime, we know we'll remain especially relentless in our work to create safe, lasting, loving housing communities in all of our buildings.
Yay! So as usual, Doug and I have talked too much, and we really want to focus tonight on our amazing team who's juggling so much to show up at work every day. Next up, we're going to hear from a couple of Dishers who are leaders in our facilities department, Craig Myers and John Gridley. So please join us First, shout out to all the dishers so our crew that is with us tonight can feel the love. We're going to open up everybody's mics so that we can hear you make some noise. I'm going to count to 3, and then let's go crazy for the dishers. 1, 2, 3.
Hey! All right.
Oh,
Hey, everybody hear me? Everybody hear me? Okay. Yeah. Hello, my name is Craig. I am the turn team supervisor, and what I do is lead a team that prepares the homes for our new tenants to move into. I've been with DISH from the beginning, so that means 14 years today. For the last 7 years, I've had the privilege to work with John Gridley, our facilities manager. From the very beginning, John and I seemed to blend as a great team, supporting each other in many ways. Our communication on how to complete a task or how to best support our team is always productive and helpful. John treats me as an equal, but I look up to him. What I really like is how at times we have a task that we both start out feeling that it's the job of the other person is to attack. But after we talk and figure out who will do it, the one who is left without it turns to the other and says, "But if you need help, let me know." For those reasons, I have much respect and admiration for John, and I would not trade him for anyone. Now I give you John Gridley.
No, thanks, Craig. Yeah, you got me a little teary-eyed there, buddy. You know, as Craig mentioned, I'm fortunate enough to be the facility manager for all of our properties, and I've worked with DISH for 6.5 years. And when I started with DISH, I was looking for a place for something different. I just didn't quite understand exactly how different DISH was. In fact, my first experience in working with DISH was I was invited to an offsite training even before I was hired. They might actually owe me some pay for that. I don't know. I'll follow up with that later. But I will tell you this, that during that training, I immediately knew that this is a team that I wanted to be a part of. DISH is driven by one principle and ideology that we believe everybody deserves a home, no matter who you are, right? And the same principle is driven into those who we work with, our colleagues. We will continue to fight for an equitable wage because that's what they deserve, right? They deserve nothing less. One of the things I've learned from Craig for a long time, from day one, is that if you're in a corner and you need help, you call Craig, right? If you want the truth, you call Craig. More than that, I think Craig has taught me the value of viewing some of the most frustrating issues from his lens, where he views our tenants' homes as if they were his own home. And that's how he addresses every issue. How would we want our own home to be taken care of? You know, and Craig has pushed me in ways that I didn't expect. But looking back, I'd actually be really disappointed if he failed to push me in those ways. You know, that guy has never failed me or our tenants once, which it pushes me into a question now for Craig. You know, I mean, you've been here for a long time. I mean, a really long time, Craig. So, you know, you've heard a lot of the stories from our tenants. And so I think it's apropos to ask you what you've learned from working with our community.
John, that's a really good question, because I've learned a lot about people, and I've learned a lot about myself. What I've learned about people is that everybody's the same. There's no difference. Whether you have a home or not, you're still a person, and you deserve a home. A lot of us are in positions because we made a right turn in life when we needed to. Some of our community made right turns when they should have made left turns and weren't able to get back on that track. Some of them just ran into dead ends because it had nothing to do with what they were doing or weren't doing. I've learned that we have a lot of boundaries that we have to hang on to and watch. But sure. I've also learned that within those boundaries, different people deserve and require different things. So you have to do different things for people, even though they may be at the edge of the boundaries. And what I mean by that is you can't mistake favoritism for compassion. Sometimes our people, they need certain things done, just little things in the room that's gonna make them smile. And what I learned about myself is that I'm willing to do those things. When I come in the morning and I see people laying on the sidewalk, and then I get to the building, you know, and it's just a hurting feeling. I just learned a whole lot about myself and the compassion. I've learned how to really accept people. I've learned that I'm a very lucky person, and I wouldn't change this job for anything. When I first started this job, I didn't know anything about homelessness. I just knew that homeless people were homeless, but I didn't understand that there was a person behind it. If you talk with our tenants and you talk with them and hear some of their stories, some of them are amazing. We once had a doctor living in the Empress Hotel, and just because of some of his misfortunes in life, he ended up in the Empress Hotel. He was a retired doctor from Kaiser, but he ended up there because of bad things that happened in his life. You know, and he was a really good guy.
You're killing me, Craig, because I really want to go off script right now, but I'm gonna hold back because I know I'll get a lot of crap for it. But okay, so what is it, man? Like, after everything you just said, like, you know, you've been offered a lot of jobs from a lot of other places. So what is it that keeps you coming back to work every day at Dish or for us?
I guess what I would say with that, John, is because I'm selfish. And when I say selfish, I mean, I have kids and I have grandkids. And when I hand my grandson or my granddaughters an ice cream cone or a plate of food and see them sit down, it gives me a very good feeling, you know, the security that they feel and the happiness that it gives them. When I walk into the hotel and I walk into a tenant's room and I go in there and they need something done and I repair that for them, and the smile and the way it makes them feel, that's rewarding to me. When I see the holiday meals that we give and the tenants are sitting around and they're laughing and smiling, and even some of our tenants that give us a little trouble, even them, they're laughing and smiling, and it's just another thing. You know, it gives me that same sense of I'm doing something good. So I guess, like I said, I'm doing it for my own selfish reasons, because I love what it does. I love the results of what we do. If you ever see a tenant that's been on the street for 6 years, and then you see him in the hotel and he's got a room and he's been there for a couple months, you can see a total difference in them. You know, you can see the appreciation, and it's wonderful.
Yeah.
You know, and like I said, it sounds funny, but it's selfish.
Well said, buddy. That was perfect.
Okay, John, I have a couple of questions for you.
I was going to ask if this was one-sided or not.
No, it's not. No, I have to get you back, John. So that's how we do it. We're a team.
I got your back, buddy. Come on, bring it.
How have you seen your guys step up during the pandemic?
You know, this is a great question. We talked about this before, and as soon as this question popped up, it was pretty easy for me to answer. There was one of my staff. He and I were walking down the street a few months ago, and you know, I'm just checking in with him, asking him how he's doing, and he was honest. He was like, you know what, I'm a little bit burnt out. I'm burnt out because the sites I'm working at are heavy. I'm working off of 6th Street, which is heavy. And my first thought was to say to him, which I did say to him, I'm like, hey, well, you know, if you want me to pull you and you work somewhere else for a little bit, like, would that relieve some of your stress? You know, and he didn't respond right away. He just kind of took a minute, thought about it. And he said, you know what, that sounds good. But right now, because site management isn't there because of COVID and everything else, I need to support the team. He's like, I've got to be there for the desk clerk. I got to be there for the janitor. And it really hit me, because I know we talk a lot, you and I and our whole team talk about being team players, but him saying that just kind of like reiterated the fact that we are all in this together, and he was going to forego his frustrations to stick with the team, you know? And I think that's one of the biggest ways I've seen my staff and all of our colleagues really step up right now, you know, in this period.
Now, what you just said about that team member used to work with me, and that's another reason that I stay. Because when I teach a guy how to do something, maybe it's using a tool, performing a task, and then 3 months later, I go into a room and I see them performing that, and they're smiling and they want to show me what they did. you know, that's very rewarding for myself. You know,
Mhm.
we've trained a lot of guys that started down and they came all the way up to maintenance and everything. We
Yeah,
have another guy.
just to call it out, Craig, he's not going back to your team, just so we know that.
Okay.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Yeah, but I've trained a few different guys now, and I'm very impressed with what they've learned. You know, and it's very rewarding to watch a young guy, a very young guy, start out as a janitor and work his way all the way up to lead maintenance. You know,
Absolutely.
and I can't take credit for it, but I did help. You know, I did
Yeah.
teach him lots of different things, and what really makes me happy now is the fact that I can go to him when I can't figure something out.
Yeah, right. Good. Yeah, good point. That's a really good point.
Yeah, so those are reasons that I stay. But,
Perfect.
so like 2020 has been a big challenge for us all.
Mm-hmm.
Our men and women in uniform fighting wars in other lands, our firefighters battling the fires in California, the world battling the pandemic, the battle against racial injustice in our nation. It all seems so bleak at the moment, but in reality, we will all learn to adapt. Even with the pandemic, our DISH mission is to serve and protect our 570 community members. By any means necessary, with or without our essential pay, we know we have a mission to complete. This means at times balancing ourselves with our mission. It means lacing up our boots and going that extra mile. And as a team, we will only get stronger for the next challenge tossed up to us. Now I'd like to pass this over to our co-director, Doug Gary.
Yeah, I mean, I can't follow that, Craig and John, but thank you nonetheless. That was amazing. Thank you. Craig, I really love what you said about how having a home makes a big noticeable difference in people, including the tenants we serve and the individuals who you yourself have helped move into their new home. And then, as you said, you see them years later. Home means so much to me as well, and no doubt to everyone here tonight. In the end, everything we do at DISH is about home. Getting a home, knowing it's your home, and then reimagining your life from there. Home's the core of how we all start and finish the day. And if we're super lucky, I see my husband and my son over there on the screen somewhere. Hi. We also find peace and motivation from our home. So think about for a moment, if you would, what home means to you.
Home is a basic human right. It is about our family, love, and safety.
Home to me is a place that I can feel safe, a place that I can feel in community, a place I can feel I can bring my community, a place I can feel comfortable, and a place I feel loved.
Home is a basic human right.
Home is where you go for peace, serenity, and love.
I think that home is where you can lay your head down and feel safe.
To me, home is safety and comfort.
Home is where we find comfort at the end of the day.
Home is where we rest, restore, and come back to center. It's a place we feel safe and can de-stress. Home is healing.
Home is support.
To me, it's fragile. It's fragile. My safety depends upon home. My well-being depends upon home. And everything that I cherish depends on home. So I find home to be very fragile, and I really cherish having a home here at the Windsor.
Home is where we celebrate love and joy.
What is home? Home is safety, family, friends, love. And that's why I love DISH, because they provide all of this for people who are on the streets, who otherwise would never have any safety, any love, any home, family, or friends. I love DISH. I hope you do too, and I hope you will support them.
Where you can recenter, where you can relax, where you can rejuvenate, and you can be ready from that time to go out and face the world.
Hi, my name is Andrea, and for me, home is safety, the place where I want to go at the end of the day. Home is my family.
Home is where I feel safe and free with my kids and family.
Home is to have a plate of food and a bed to rest. Home is where I can feel safe to be vulnerable.
Home and my family.
Yay! Thank you, everybody. I love all the chats coming through. I keep getting all teary-eyed over here, and I'm not even like, into my third cocktail or anything. So we're gonna switch gears a little bit. Thank you so much, Craig and John, for sharing some of your love. I'm sorry we couldn't see Craig. I'll only blame myself because Craig and I did a rehearsal last night and we got him on video somehow, so I must have led him astray. But I'm really excited now to talk about a new partnership we have this year with our friends from Engage, who you saw in the video there. So I'm going to be introducing Laura Mason, the Executive Director of the Northern California Program, and the Program Director, Maddie Loyce, who are going to be in conversation with our Senior General Manager, the incredible Georgetta Levitt. But before I do, I just want to share a tiny bit about how this partnership started. And I think some of it is, a lot of people ask us sort of what happens after people move in. And I think our residents represent such an incredible diversity of interests and talents. And we really felt like we didn't have the bandwidth to do all of the community building and investing in creative ventures and trying to help support people kind of come back to the person they really wanted to be. So folks were really struggling for finding meaning and finding activities. And so we started looking around to find a good partner to come in and support what we were doing. And Engage came to my attention from one of our good friends. And I have to say, I heard a little bit about them and I got the courage to call Laura and introduce myself. And after chatting for a bit, I thought this will be a good fit. So I asked her to meet me for lunch to kind of talk about our work and talk about Dish. And we were supposed to meet. And of course, I'm like racing over there back when I used to actually get to go to my office. And so of course I was late, and halfway there, I realized I forgot my wallet and I'm going to buy someone I've never met before lunch. And I was like, I don't have time to go back. So anyway, I showed up penniless, and Laura gave a good laugh, and she of course bought me lunch, which was a great start for our first date. And thankfully, since then, we've gotten support for our partnership from Wells Fargo Bank and our friends at the Dignity Health at St. Francis Hospital. So Laura no longer has to foot all the bills, but I'll turn it over to you, Laura.
Well, I remember that day, Lauren, and I was so glad that I actually had some cash in my wallet and that we were near that amazing banh mi place on Polk Street, so it worked out.
Oh, sorry. So Laura, can you tell me a little bit about just why the work of Engage is so important to you?
Yeah, well, first, my connection is just really personal. I grew up and was very close with all of my grandparents, and I learned so much from all of them. One of my grandmothers actually helped raise me, and I was always just kind of in awe of everything that they had seen and been through, and I loved hearing their stories. And so as I got older, definitely that influenced my career, but I got older and I saw how older adults were treated in society and were often overlooked and ignored and really cast aside. And I thought, oh, we are missing so much here. Like, this is really a losing proposition. And then, so over at Engage, we're engaged with the capital AGE, as you might have noticed. And we're all about celebrating that experience that comes with age and providing a platform for older adults to share their wisdom and their talents while they keep growing and developing, which is so important. So I have a great job. I love it.
Awesome. So, you can be honest. We have a bunch of people who are with us tonight, but I think they're all friends and family. But so what's it been like working with Dish? Tell them the truth.
Well, real talk. Well, from the moment we met, I knew that our organizations had really similar values and goals. And so that counted for a lot. We both really believe in keeping things person-centered and helping those with real need, and that home is so much more than just a roof over your head. So our mission at Engage is to help affordable housing communities to become centers of learning, wellness, and creativity. And so right there, it just really felt like a natural partnership. So that has been great. And well, we've had some challenging circumstances over the last 6 months, to say the least. But it's been really inspiring to see how the residents have shown up and have shown just such a real interest in what we're offering so far. And of course, I would be remiss if I did not say how amazing the DISH team has been, and also all of the support services folks who have just welcomed us and really supported the partnership as well. So it's been great.
Cool, thank you. So tell us a little bit more about how Engage operates.
Well, we started in 1999, and we now serve more than 5,000 residents in affordable housing across 3 states. And we use what we call a whole person approach to health and wellness. And that includes a major focus on arts and creativity. And we do focus on the arts for a few reasons. One is we've just found it to be a really effective way to build community. And so not only are folks who are taking part in our classes creating beauty and learning about themselves in the process, they also have the opportunity to make new friends. And so, you know, in affordable housing, for those lucky enough to get the housing, that's great. But what happens once you're there and you may not know your neighbors, or you may have seen somebody that you like, or seen somebody that you want to meet, and then you end up in an art class together, and all of a sudden you have this shared experience, and that's where those friendships are made, and that's where those bonds are formed. And so it's something we see quite a lot in the classes that we offer. And then more than that, it's not just feel good. Actually, the arts have a huge impact on health and wellness. And there have been tons of research studies that show that participating in high quality arts programming with professional teachers can lead to health benefits like reduced falls, reduced need for the number of medications you might be taking, and really is an important intervention for those experiencing depression or social isolation.
Yeah, we've seen a big difference. So, you know, I think we were so excited. We were starting before COVID hit, and then, you know, we took a few lumps when we ended up trying to do, you know, in-person activities, but with social distancing. Can you talk a little bit about how Engage has pivoted in the DISH sites during COVID or since COVID?
Yeah, well, isolation was a huge issue before COVID. And now I think we all have a much deeper understanding of what that means, and we can really relate to it. And so right now there has never been a stronger need for programming. And so with that said, we've had to get very creative in terms of how we implement it. And so that has been everything from telephone to hallways. We've, you know, with residents seated in their doorways, we've been in the hallways offering lessons. We're working outdoors as much as possible, take-home activities and contests. And so all of these things to get the interest peaked before, and just now, happy to say that we're starting to wade into the small group classes, all socially distanced, masks required, and it has been, the residents have been thrilled. And so here are a few pictures of some of the activities that have happened, and well, with some of the masks, you can't tell all the joy, but it's there. You can tell a little bit. But and so usually we're really big on celebrations after every class. It's actually a big part of our model to culminate each class experience with an event that celebrates what was learned and created during that time. And so we can't do these events in the same way that we did at one point, but we will again. But in the meantime, the connections and the joy, it's happening, and it's just really exciting. We're thrilled to be partnering and can't wait for the future. So thanks. Yeah, and with that, let's turn it over to Maddie and Georgetta.
Hi, everyone. Georgetta, are you there? So she's coming. But I'm Maddie. I'm the program director that works with Laura and then all of DISH and I love for HSH as well. New on the scene from July. Can you all hear me?
Yep.
Yes. Great. Georgetta, are you around with us?
Yes, my name is Georgetta Levy. For all of you that don't know me, I'm the Senior General Manager with DISH. I've been with DISH for 14 years, and I've been here since the very beginning. And I have to often remind Doug and Lauren that I am the founder of this company. I am so proud of all the accomplishments that we've made and the people we've been able to house. As you know, DISH has always been a fund of new programs for our tenants. And we're excited to tell you about our Engage program. What I've noticed since Engage has been a part of the Windsor Hotel, new ideals from residents that they have. They've not been sheltering in place. They've been participating with social distancing, with activities inside and outside of the building, like our art classes and our boat decker trekker walks, and more to come in relations to their mental health. We have a tenant named Carl that I just want to tell you guys a little bit about, who normally does not engage with anyone at the Windsor Hotel. He doesn't engage with activities. He doesn't engage with much that we have going on. But since Maddie and the Engage team has been there, he's been very engaged, going down, talking to Maddie, chatting with Maddie, and he's been so excited about this program. He's come down, he has the need now to tell us and tell all of the residents about the program, because he wants everybody to get involved. I would like to introduce Maddie to you guys. She can tell you guys a little bit more about the program and what great impact it has had on our tenants since she's been there for the COVID. Maddie, can you just share some of the great things that you've been doing with our tenants and how you think it has made a difference in during this time?
Yeah, definitely. Thanks, Georgina, for that intro. And it's really sweet to hear that history of Carl, because, when I first started on, he kind of, he was checking me out for a little bit, and then he just became a regular. My office is in the Windsor, and it's close to the community room. But he would regularly stop by and see me and kind of give me tips on the program and let me know what other residents would like to do. And so to me, he's been a talkative person the entire time. So it's amazing to see that has been a change in his experience. Yeah, so I'll do a brief overview of the exciting things and I think really amazing potential that it feels like we can grow with the Engage and Dish. So over the last, let's say about the last 6 weeks, we've run 10 art classes, 2 per week, and have about 6 to 10 residents per week that have started to attend. And so prior to me starting, oftentimes Dish members would be like, okay, it'd be great if we got 1 or 2. And in the beginning it was slow, but at this point we have 6 to 10 residents engaging a week, which is really amazing. Bodecker Truckers was obviously a really loved program that happened prior to Engage joining on. And since I've been able to join with the team, and we've been able to try to figure out social distancing in a way that feels safe for not only the staff, but also the residents. We've been running it for the last 6 weeks as well. Typically we have 8 participants, and then last week we had 20 participants. So really, really awesome. And I think, hopefully the numbers continue to build in a way that we can also control, though. We might need to do shifts at Bodecker Truckers if it continues in such a way. But all that said, it's really exciting and really positive to feel like, myself and Laura and Engage can have an impact and such a beautiful kind of synchronicity between both Dish and Engage. And specifically for the residents to feel like they're empowered, inspired, and uplifted is the entire goal. And then I'll share one last thing that was exciting that we did. So in addition to kind of the creative and the holistic, we were able to do a civic project with the residents. And 2 weeks ago, we did a voter registration drive in partnership with SF Department of Elections. And it was over the week. September 22nd was National Voter Registration Day. So we had them come out for that day, and then they came out a few other days. And one of the top days of registration, we had 9 residents re-register or renew their register to vote, which is really amazing and an amazing impact to see. Not only can we do the artistic, we can do the holistic, and then we can do that civic work that oftentimes these communities feel like they don't have access to. So I'm really excited to be working with Dish and really excited to be doing this work. Yeah, it's been fun and meaningful. Yeah. Let's see. Oh, and then to close, excuse me. To close, I want to introduce, I was able to catch up with one of our CAB members, which is Community Advisory Board, if you're not familiar with it, Lynn from the Empress. And so we're going to share a quick video about her experience with Engage.
Go ahead. Okay, my name is Lynn, and I've lived at the Empress for 15 years, and I'm a CAB member, which is the Community Advisory Board. I do in-home care in my building.
Nice. And how has COVID impacted your life?
It's hard because everybody is bundled up. You can't go to any programs. You can't even have programs. We used to have get-togethers and parties and all that fun. We can't even have that anymore.
Yeah. And what's it been like since Engage and programming has started again? How has that changed your experience?
It's exciting because I don't like to be bored. I'm on the go all the time.
Right.
I love it.
Mm-hmm.
And Maddie's a wonderful person for having an arts crafts class.
Great. And what do you think you're excited for in the future when COVID changes?
Did everything get back to normal? Please?
Yeah. What does normal look like for you?
When everybody's able to be together and interact with each other and have these kids playing together in schools and, you know, being close and not have to be standing somewhere and be at home on a computer training for school.
Exactly.
They need to be out of that.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah, so that was a brief conversation I was able to have with Lynn, and Lynn has been one of the all-star students and residents in my in our classes and engagement. So I hope you all enjoyed that brief conversation with her. And then I think that's it for my part.
Well, all right. Well, thank you so much, Maddie. We are so excited to have you guys here. I'm really excited to see how this is going to grow. And right now, this program is only funded through the spring. So everybody, please stay tuned, and you can find out how you continue to help us get this amazing program going at all of the sites and to keep it going. Thank you. And I'm going to pass it off to Rara.
Hey, lovely people. My name is Rawa Maharana, and I'm one of the board members at DISH, and I've been a part of DISH for a few years now. Started out on the operations side and then transitioned over to the board. I continue to be part of DISH because they just have amazing people, amazing tenants, and who doesn't want to continue to embark in that? So I also just want to say, how amazing is it that the team was able to find innovative ways for us to still connect in the midst of a pandemic? So I just want to give a good shout out to the team over at DISH. Tonight and over the next 12 months, we have so much to do, and we need to continue keeping our staff and residents physically and mentally safe while shelter in place continues through our increased janitor work and partnerships with Engage and with La Cocina. Our usual partners for the holiday gifts for our residents will not be able to support us this year due to the pandemic, so we need your help in order to show appreciation to all of our residents this year at the end of the year. And on top of our COVID-related expenses, so please be generous. We need your help to keep our community healthy and continue our work to welcoming people home when home is more than ever important. And it's with your help that we can kind of create these opportunities. So I'll give y'all a moment to go grab your purses, your credit cards, your piggy bank, and we'll watch a video and stay tuned.
I support DISH because I believe that everyone deserves a home.
Hi, my name is Hillary Ronan, and I love DISH because DISH provides homes, and homes are everything.
Hi, my name is Rawa Maharana, and I'm a board member here at DISH, and I love and support DISH because they continue to be caring, loving for every individual and strive for the importance that everybody deserves a home and community.
Hi, I'm Laura Mason, Executive Director of Engage Northern California, and I stand with DISH because permanent supportive housing is one of the most effective ways to address homelessness and achieve lasting impact in our community.
I support DISH more strongly than ever because in this time of crisis, it's done a superlative job of keeping its 570 tenants safe.
I support DISH because everyone in our city deserves a home where they're supported, and DISH listens to and empowers their residents.
Hi, I'm Mayor London Breed. I support DISH because they change lives by creating homes and communities.
Hi, my name is Nafi Flalli, owner of Teranga. I love and stand with DISH because they are supporting me as a small business so I can support my community in return.
Hi, I'm Rosa.
I support this because they are helping people in need and allow me to give back to the community.
Hi, I'm Naomi with La Cocina, and I stand with Dish's commitment to offer the highest standard of care to residents, making sure that they feel safe, that they feel loved, and that they know that they matter.
Don't you just love those videos? All right, so now let's get down to the fun part, donations. I'm going to call my partner in crime, Denise, to join me and help me co-host this part as we start collecting some pledges. Denise, are you out there?
Of course I am. Anytime it has to do with money and our tenants, I am on
Let's
board.
do it.
Get the money. How's everyone doing? My favorite faces, some old, some new. So excited to see you all. Thank you so much for being here with us this evening. You could have chosen to be somewhere else, but here you are with us. So thank you. All right, so like Robert said, you can get your wallets out, your credit cards. You can turn your children over and shake them a little bit, get some of that change out of them. Get under the couch, we take it all. All money is good money, especially coming all of you.
So let's see if we can raise an additional $20,000 right now. We're going to start high and then kind of work our way down. Everyone has a chance to give. Just write your pledge in the chat and we will be in touch with you in the coming days to get your donation. Let's chat to give. For anybody who doesn't see the chat, you can click on the title text bubble icon on the bottom of the Zoom link. Okay, let's start with 20,000 and just end the show on a good note. Who wants to give 20,000?
You know, just that extra 20 that's in your 20 G's that's in your purse, in your backpack, just laying around. We'll just take it now. We can all go home. You can sit. Well, we already home. Geez, look at the pandemic has done to me already. Let's start it. Come on.
Nobody? All right. We'll start out easy. Okay, what about 8,000?
You get that money, Lauren. We'll talk later. 20,000? Too much? You know we'll do a dance. We'll do a jig.
I'm ready. I've been practicing
you know.
every day.
Okay, 20,000. How much lower are we going?
How about 8,000? $8,000 would sponsor our holiday meals for all 570 of our residents. And this year meals will be delivered individually packaged to celebrate safely.
And, you know, just to be mindful, you know, that's one of our tenants. This time of the year, the holidays are incredibly special. You know, our tenants get down during the holidays, not able to be with family. So any way that we can be able to connect with them is huge. And so if we can bring meals to them, it's a big deal. So 8,000.
All right. Well,
I know some of you. I'll get in this chat, and I know some of you have 8,000.
$2,000 will actually brighten a holiday for one resident site, and providing them with holiday gifts.
And this year, we really wanted to think about not only just giving something that had to do with, you know, hygiene. We wanted to give something that they can indulge in, something fun, you know, something that just felt good to their spirit and soul. So we'd love to get a building with gifts. Be someone's Santa Claus. Be a building Santa Claus, if you will.
All right, how about we take it, maybe reverse it. We'll start with 50. $50 will ensure a restful sleep by providing a set of blankets, pillow sheets, and for a new tenant. That's got to sound lovely.
Okay, just imagine, everyone, hard day of sheltering in place, and you get in that bed and lay your head down. How good does that feel? Wouldn't you want that for everybody, even our tenants?
Wait a minute, Denise. We got some people. What, Deborah?
25. Okay, Deborah, I see you. What's up, Deborah? Here you go. I see you, boo.
And Jane gave 1,000. Thank you, Jane.
Right, Janet. That's what we're talking about. Thank you. Okay.
We're flowing. All right. $1,000 can help folks.
Susanna is in for 1,000. Where is Susanna at? Got it. There you are, Susanna. Bless your heart. Loving on Dish. That good stuff. All right. Well, let's keep it going. Roxanne. That's right. Roxanne and family giving up the money. We love you. Thank you.
So $1,000 could help with providing residents with clean supplies, resident safe by providing clean supplies for them and all of our sites. So
Kathy and Donald Donald, $200. Bless your heart, dear. That can get some supplies for our essential workers, gloves and masks and cleaning supplies. And then we still got more coming in. Kathy, no, 250. Don't wish you could do more. We appreciate you. All money is good money at Dish.
Ooh,
All right.
and the Park family, $500. Yes.
We knew the Park family would come through because that's what they do. That's what they do. They are our family. Thank you.
And that will feed 40 residents individually boxed meals for our partner with La Cocina. So yay.
I feel like this is my money. I love collecting money, and it isn't even for me, but this feels delightful. Okay. What else?
Ooh, yeah.
Who don't love that song?
Craig, $100. Thank you.
All right. Craig Myers. Oh, Craig, bless you. Oh, Craig Myers.
Denise, you know what $100 will get him?
Yes, Rawa, it will get you an air fryer to a resident for delicious home-cooked meal. Who has an air fryer here and absolutely love it? Terry Flamer, I know you have an air fryer. You talk about that air fryer nonstop. Don't ask me why I know this, y'all. $100 will get an air fryer.
Ooh,
yeah.
Maya, $250. Thank you.
$250. More essential supplies for our essential workers. Thank you so much. Keeping our staff safe.
Yep. Kathleen Bolts, $250. Thank you.
Thank you, Kathleen. Oh, it's just coming in.
Yes.
$250 from Ty Ty and his dad. We will take that money, Ty Ty. We will put it to good use. Thank you, Ty Ty. Did you shake your daddies down? We appreciate that.
Both of them.
Count Coco in for $200. Get in the business of getting our people some stuff. Y'all came to the right place. $250 for Denise's amazing outfit. You know I aim to please, my dear. You know I don't want to disappoint, even if it's virtually. Thank you. I'll take it, Benjamin. Thank you. The Twinkle Light. Sherilyn from Ella. Where's Ella? And $200. Oh, bless your heart. We love that. We love it.
Ooh, Lindsay for $100. I see you.
Lindsay got the air fryer on deck. For the love of money, you can help end homelessness and keep tenants housed for the love of money.
Yes.
That's right. All money is good money.
And we all save some money while being in shelter in place, so we can give it to some good, cause.
Absolutely. Oh, this was wonderful. Thank you. We still want more money, Bravo? I could do this all night.
You know what? I'm gonna give 100. How about that? Boom.
All right. Well, then you know what, Robert? Count me in for 100 too. Damn it, just put me down. I got it.
Talking about, sis.
Put me in 100 for Denise.
I got you. Yes. Ooh, who said 101? Claudia. I see.
101, Claudia. Boom. Laura Mason, 100. All right.
Yes. Ooh, Emily and Dan, thank you. $100.
Dollar bills, y'all. If you know where that song comes from.
I should have got some Monopoly money. Dang it. Next year.
Putting my bid in.
Annette, $100. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
All right, Annette. Hi, Annette Bloom, my sweetheart. Hi, dear. All right. Count. Nina gave 500. Yeah, and Ruby.
Where's Ruby?
John Gridley, why are you calling me? All right. That's my dog. Don't be alarmed. Sorry.
You want to donate too? Oh, Jim, 500. Thank you, Jim. Yes. Anybody in the mood to give 1,000? Asking for a friend. All right.
John Gridley and his lovely wife, Heather, they gave $250. Want to say thank you. My faves,
Thank
my
you.
love bugs.
All right, we're gonna start dwindling it down. So make sure you slip in your donations in there. Last call. Let's get some 50s real quick.
You know, $50, that's like a couple cups of coffee during the week, you know, the special mocha froca chappa latte that you get on your way to work. And since you're not going to work, you absolutely have that extra money. So we'll take it.
Thank you, Scott. Or you know what? Spending $50 on a BART for like a week, right?
That's right. Saving on gas. We'll take that gas money. Come on, give that over here. Give it over.
Okay, Denise, I think we're gonna wrap it up here and I'll pass the mic to you.
Okay. Can you all see me? Yes, you can see me. This is fine. All right. So I'm just going to give you a heads up. I'm going to do my best here not to cry. It's a great honor to be able to transition into being able to honor a very, very special person for Dish. On Tuesday, May 26, 2020, we lost Margot Antonetti. She was a pioneer in social justice, advocating for folks with mental health and physical health related issues. Margot was a beaming light in the work that we do. She was fierce. Her shoe game was impeccable. Her attitude and her great sense of humor was something of it was an art. When I met her for the first time, I was a young general manager 10 years ago. I was 25. I remember her coming into the room. I remember being very nervous when she came in. I was very unsure of myself. I knew I had done everything for this particular tenant, but I still wasn't quite sure of myself. I still didn't have that confidence. And she came in the room and we talked about this particular tenant. Wolfgang was with her, for those of you who know Margot. And afterwards, you know, she came up to me and she said, you know, I think you've done everything that you can. And she says, you're going to be just fine. And since then, in the many years that have led to Dish, you can see Margot at a Dish event. Anytime I was on stage at a bash, Margot would be in the corner giving thumbs up, whispering in my ear afterwards, it's been such a pleasure watching you grow. She modeled for us the humanity and the dignity that we would want to see for all of our tenants who are often forgotten. She loved Dish. She loved her some Dish. She believed in us. And, you know, we have 8 buildings, and you can thank Margot for a lot of that. Margot has touched every single Dish building. She knew the janitors. She knew the general managers. She knew us. She cared about us. She believed in us. And it was very, her work with us was incomparable. She'll never be forgotten. I'd like to think that she's in these rooms with us right now. One of the things that we did is we created a fund for Margot in her honor. And we've raised quite a bit of money. And it's so evident by the amount of people that have shared their money and their generosity, how loved she was, how respected she was, how they believed in the work that she did and how many lives that she touched. And we thought about, well, what will we do with this money that will continue to honor her, that will continue to really hone in on what her belief is about what we're doing. And so one of the things that we're doing is we're at, for the Minnalee, which is one of the buildings that I run, we're gonna start this program, a pilot program, and it's called the Brave Button. And we're gonna probably put more information in what the Brave Button is going to do, but it's another opportunity for many of our tenants, no judgment, who, do currently use, that they get to still see another day, that we are still connected to them. And sorry, y'all, my plug is coming out. That she's still connected, and that the Brave button will do just that. And our hope is that at some point we'll raise more money so that we can continue the Brave button at the other sites. A lot of overdose prevention in the same way that we've done for when we have, Narcan, at all of our sites. So with that, if you love Dish and you got a chance to know or you knew Margot, you know exactly what I mean. She was a beautiful, beautiful spirit and soul. And I'm so grateful, we all are at Dish, that we got the chance to be with her, and that her legacy and her memory will live on in the work that we will continue to do. And so, if you knew Margot, Margot loved a good Diet Coke, a nice cold Diet Coke. So please join me, Dishers, in celebrating the life of Margot Antonetti, this beautiful woman. Cheers, Margot. Okay, so y'all keep. Sorry, y'all. I'm a little off track. Okay. So now can we unmute to just give her a shout out and a cheer to Margot? Can we just unmute everyone? And so we just give a yay, a love, a go Margot, not go Margot, but sorry, y'all, I'm choking up here. Margot would think that's funny. She'd say, go Margot, I'm not here no more. But whatever, we could still say go Margot. She loved that shit anyway. All right. One more time. Unmute everyone.
Margot.
No. Oh, it's okay.
We love you.
Margot.
Oh, Margot.
Beautiful.
Hey, Margot.
Yeah, do we need to be with the person, or can
And just so you know, really quickly, everyone, we raised $13,766. Wait a minute. We just got another $1,000 pledge. So that's plus another $1,000 match. So that's $15,799. Look at all your beautiful work. Thank you so, so very much. And since you're already home, you don't really have to go home, but you can stick around. And we just like to toast all of you, to toast your kindness, to toast your generosity, you beautiful spirits. We want you safe in this world. We want to continue to be with you. Hopefully next year we'll get to see you in person, and I promise hugs, because everyone knows Denise loves to hug and cry in person rather than remotely, but whatever. And I just want to cheer all of you supporters of Dish. Thank you. We love you from the bottom of our hearts. Cheers. We can unmute it, please, so we can say woohoo out loud.
Cheers. Cheers. Cheers.
Cheers. Thank you, everyone.
I can see Craig.
You out there?
Nice.
What's going on?
Please text this conversation.
Thank you to the Dish community for being with us through this crazy time of the pandemic. Your support means more now to us than ever before.
Your donations make it possible for us to continue doing the essential work that we do here at Dish with ending homelessness in San Francisco, and we really appreciate it. Thank you.
Me and my team of janitors here have thankfully been able to control the few cases of COVID that we have had here in this building, and we'd like to give thanks to everyone who generously contributed to our cause and helping us keep our supplies and janitors going. Thank you.
With your help, we have moved 35 new residents into our homes since the initial stay-at-home order, which took place at the beginning of March. Once on the streets, residents now have a safe and trusted place for them to call home.
We wish we could thank you in person and owe you a hug when this is over. For now, we send you a big virtual and welcoming, no matter what life throws at us.
Thank you to the Dish community for being. Okay, you can't.
Helping protect us. Dish essential workers, so we can continue our operations in homelessness.
Do we gotta do that? And we really appreciate it. Thank you.
Enough to drop this before you come in.
Congratulations,
Congratulations, Dish.
Congratulations, Dish. 14 years.
Going strong.
Woohoo! We love you.